innervations, so the nerve supply to the muscles. Okay, so this kind of breaks it down nerve by nerve. So the femoral nerve primarily comes from these lumbar segments and serves these muscles. Okay, so iliacus, rectus femoris, sartorius, actinius. So that's mostly what? Mostly anterior, the flexion. Okay, the obturator nerve, primarily from these lumbar segments. So similar. Gracilis, adductor, 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 obturator, internus. Okay, so obturator nerve, obviously. So these are mostly your adductors. Okay. Sciatic nerve is coming from a lower level now, and it serves your hamstrings, right? Superior gluteal nerve comes from these spinal levels. Gluteal nerve, so where is it going to work? Gluteus medius, gluteus minimus. Superior gluteal, so tensor fasciae lata. They kind of do similar things, don't they? And then the inferior gluteal nerve is gluteus maximus, so it gets its own nerve. Okay. Common peroneal. So basically, we're kind of moving down on. So here's comes from these spinal segments: biceps femoris, short head. Is common peroneal. And then there's a table in your book if you want to get really all the particulars. Okay. By the time you get to a point in real life where you need to, you need to know that nerves work muscles. You need to know that the lumbosacral plexus is what works your lower body. If you get to a point where you really need to know these specific nerves, you're going to know where to look it up. Okay, and we've done a lot of this already, right? These are your landmarks for your goniometry. I kind of put the cart before the horse a little bit. But that's because we've got our lab in the middle of the week, and I wanted to go over that stuff with you so that you were ready to actually rock and roll on lab day. Okay, so functional activities that involve the hip. I think we're probably about done with hip, and then we'll play a little bit. Okay, so sitting involves the hip, right? You've got to flex the hip to do that. Walking, you've got to flex and extend. Okay, let's go back to sitting for a minute. You've got to be able to lower yourself down and lift yourself up. Okay. And one of the tests that therapists will do, PTs probably more than OTs, but one of the things they look for is how strong are your legs. Can you do this without holding on? So for example, I know of a particular case where a woman had both hips replaced over the course of a summer, and then found out that she needed pacemaker placement. Okay. So a pacemaker it's a heart thing, right? So they implant a little thing under the skin right here and run wires into your heart. When they implant that, you're not really allowed to raise your arm more than about here and wait there. Okay, so she initially had to go through a longer rehab process than she wanted to because she was still so weak from her hip surgeries that she couldn't get up and down without pushing off. But now she's not allowed to push off. It's like, okay, so we could put her in one of those fancy recliners that ejects her. But then what happens to her hip strength? She stops building hip strength because she's doing it passively. She don't really want to do that.
Is that forever after you get a pacemaker?
No.